Hi, this is David Canigliaro. I help small and medium-sized business owners and entrepreneurs increase sales revenues to where they can have better lifestyles for them and their family. But enough about me. I want to talk about a cool product that I think you'd really be interested in. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever experienced this to where you're in a business, you're in a company, and sometimes sales aren't as strong as you'd like them to be, or maybe you've noticed with the economy, maybe your business is struggling a little bit. I've been there myself. Back in 1996, I started my own company, and we struggled for 10 years. And from 1996 to 2006, we struggled for years there just to pay the bills, keep a roof over our head, and we were struggling, and it was terrible because, you want to be able to buy people gifts for their birthdays and holidays and things like that, and we really struggled, and I understand if you're in that boat. I've been there myself, and I know exactly what you're going through. That was up until 2008. We came up with a strategy, a game plan, tactics that literally changed everything for us that I'm about to go into a little bit. Right now. In 2000, when I got into this business in 1996, the people that got me into this trade, they said, David, you're never going to make more than six figures in this industry. You're never going to make $100,000. If you made $100,000, that would just be totally unbelievable. It's never going to happen. We live in the state of Florida, and we have rainy seasons, hurricane seasons, things like that. So they said, essentially, you're only going to really be working 9 months out of the year anyway. So you're already at a statistical disadvantage by the sheer calendar. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try that, and and they were right. For 10 years I struggled, but in 2008 we came up with a strategy. We met with experts, talked to experts that were in our industry. We read all the books that we could find, tapes that we could find on how to really transform this thing and to make it solvent, to make it liquid, to get us out of the red and into the black. You know what I mean? So what were those things? How did we increase our sales? See if I can get this thing to write. No, it's not one to write. No, it's not one to write. There we go. Press a little harder. Sales. What were the simple strategies that we did to increase our sales? Well, have you noticed that if you're on a sales call or if you're talking to a customer, whether it's on the phone or face-to-face, you'll notice that sometimes they're interested in what you have to say, and other times they're not so interested in what you have to say, but more often than not, it seems like they're not interested, and you're trying to figure out a way, how can I sell them, and how can I convince them, and how can I make this more interesting to where they're engaged. And this is what I like to call the 0 to 100 principle, and that is, right now, they're 0% interested, and you want to get them over here to 100% interested. So you're already right here, and you're all excited about your product or your service or your information. You're already right here, but they're still over here. They say, hey, look, I'm 0 interested. And what they need is someone to convince them, so you can move from 20%, 30%, and so forth to get closer to 100%. Because once we get past, say 70%, now they'll buy, right? They'll buy from you. Well, there are a couple of things that you need to know. The economy has changed. I don't know if you've noticed this. We just came out of a horrible recession, and a lot of people say that we're kind of still in that recession. So we're going to have to come up with strategy and tactics for making sure that we remain solvent. And right now, one of the key principles that we found is we have to kind of dispel kind of the old way, the old tactics that we used to do. If you've noticed, it's not 1985 anymore, okay? And so the old way of doing business no longer works. The old marketing strategies no longer work. For example, take somebody who's I have no idea for the life of me why you still see commercials on television. That makes no sense to me. No one is watching television. No one is watching commercials on television. And if they are watching television, they have a DVR at home and they're fast forwarding all the commercials to get to the show that they want to watch. And not only that, Millennials are people from the ages of 18 to 29. They're only watching TV as background noise. Have you ever noticed this? That if you have a teenager at home who's 18 or 19, they have their iPhone in one hand, probably a tablet in the other, and the TV is on, and that kind of like as background noise. They're not even watching TV. So I can't figure out for the life of me why these organizations are still advertising on television, unless they're trying to reach the people that are 50 years or older. Now, if that's your demographic, that's fine, but you also have to keep in mind there's a whole segment of the population that aren't even responding to those marketing campaigns, those marketing strategies. So the world has changed. The world has shifted from 1985. Right now it's 2014, and everything has changed. We go through all this in our sales training program, which is on the website, davidcanigliaro.com, davidcanigliaro.com. We also have some free stuff on our blog. A lot of great advice in there that'll help you in your business. How do you increase sales? How do you go from 0, 20, 30% interested? How do you get the customer that interested? Well, what we found in our business, now I don't know what kind of industry that you're in. I don't know what kind of services and information and products that you provide, but I know what we do. And one of the sales experts that told us back in 2008 something that we should be doing is talking to our customers. Oh, what a novel idea, right? Talking to our customers. So what we did was we asked our customers, why do you buy from us as opposed to somebody else? And we got some fascinating feedback, because what we had thought the reason that they bought from us was not really the reason that they were buying from us. And so what we found was speed was huge for them. So for them, they made a value judgment based on the rapidness that we could get this thing to them. So for us, we were thinking, well, we just thought that maybe if we talked a little longer on the phone with them, maybe we could kind of schmooze them a little bit more, and they would be more engaged. But again, we were in this category. This thing does not want to write. 0% to 20% interested. We needed to get them to 70% interested. The only way that we could get them to 70% interested is to know your customer through and through. Who buys from you? Who is your customer? Who do you target? Why do they buy from you? Critical question. Speed was huge for them. Second thing was the price point. Okay, most companies know that anyway. But third, down here, connection. Connection. Now, this is huge, right? This is huge. Why is it huge? Why is connection so huge? Human beings are relational beings, right? Everything that we do is relational. Customers also have a relationship with you. In sociology, the term is called commodification. That is the relationship between the consumer to the merchant. That is, there are certain parameters, there are certain values between the consumer and the merchant. And that is, we got to find out what the connection is. As soon as you can find out what the connection is, you're going to generate more and more profits. Find out the connection, find out the price point, and find out what else is relevant, and then you're going to cater, and you're really going to not only cater to the customer's needs, they're going to see you as a resource. This is so vital that you get this, a resource. So for us, it was speed, price, connection, resource, and after we started talking to our customers, they told us exactly what they wanted from us, and then we moved from 20% interested to 70% interested to 100% interested, and it really changed everything for us. Now, go on to davidcanigliaro.com. I'll see you on the other side. We got another video for you, and it'll be a lot more insightful and interesting.